unfortunate update to a story from late last year about the band Oceano, who at the time, if you recall, were facing backlash for a tour they were on supporting Attila. And one of the other bands on this lineup had a vocalist who was facing serious allegations, the band Dealer. And as a result of this, a number of fans were criticizing Oceano for appearing on this tour. Now, initially, vocalist Adam Warren defended the band's decision to be on the tour. And then shortly thereafter, he released a longer, more detailed statement saying that, he really at this point doesn't even want to be in the band anymore. He ultimately stepped down and then shortly thereafter had indicated that the band was going to be heading out on a farewell tour. Here's a little bit of what happened back then. It was this tour announced late last year, headlined by Attila, America's Rejects tour, that Oceano faced backlash for. Set to kick off on March 4th in Destin, Florida. Alpha Wolf bassist Josh Arnold took to social media and referred to the lineup as the Abuser Tour. Aiden was formerly the vocalist of Alpha Wolf before being dismissed in early 2018 due to the severity of allegations made against him. He later formed the band Dealer, but just 2 years later, everyone other than him quit the band, alleging he had verbally and emotionally abused a bandmate. At the time, Oceano vocalist Adam Warren released a lengthy statement, lashing out at those critical of the tour and making the shocking announcement that he was stepping down from the band. He said in part, "Believe it or not, some people don't spend their life on the internet. My only goal has been to take opportunities to push Oceano forward since the fans said they wanted it. You will not make me out to be a bad person for things I am not connected to when it comes to what other band members do." He added later, "Though I have been blessed with much opportunity, as we enter a more connected era, I have felt very disrespected over the years from a scene that really is more a facade than a real concept in reality. After gathering my own information on the subject, of course we will be removing Oceano from the tour, but shame on all of you who tried to make me the scapegoat. What are you doing to change this culture beside point fingers and reshare rumors? It's time to get to work. I had zero idea the environment I was getting myself into, and I'm talking openly about it. What are you doing to change this? As of today, it is clear I am way more surrounded by complicit industry people, a metal scene riddled with cosplay, worship of band members, and less focus on artistic integrity. I don't want to exist to you anymore. As of today, I quit Oceano and will focus on being a solo independent artist, Adam on Earth." Now, he closed that statement out saying that the band was working on farewell dates for 2025, and they did end up making that announcement. But unfortunately, that has sparked another controversy with a graphic designer accusing them of ripping off one of their designs. Last week, a graphic designer took to social media to call out the band, alleging they had copied a design he made for the group and used it on their tour ad mat. He claims the band opted not to use the design he made for them, but then later released a design that had a very strong resemblance to what he made. He shared online, "Yeah, I'm not keeping my mouth shut. Don't meet your heroes. They'll take advantage of you. That Oceano tour flyer that dropped yesterday was my work and I got zero credit for it. Straight up, hey, you can copy my homework, just change it up a little. I was told my flyer didn't make the cut, and then see my work was completely ripped off and plagiarized. With that being said, I'm not working with Adam or Oceano or anything moving forward. That's the last time I do anything without upfront deposits and contracts. Even the big boys will play you." You can see the strong resemblance between the two designs. A short time after that graphic designer spoke out, one of the bands on the tour released a statement of their own. The band See You Next Tuesday said, "Half of See You Next Tuesday's members are visual artists and rely on art as their sole income. Given the current tour poster situation, it has presented a huge dilemma for us, challenging our morality and standards as artists. We stand against things like AI stealing art from hardworking artists for the profit of the less creative, with zero recognition to the original artists. This may seem like a minor problem to people outside of the art world, but it is seriously damaging to the livelihoods of artists who use their art to support themselves and their families." This situation between Oceano and the original artist of the tour poster, Chris Gallian, although a different type of situation, awkwardly aligns itself with the same reasons we despise AI. In the end, we as a band have decided we are not comfortable with the current situation and will no longer be a part of this tour. We would like to apologize to everyone who worked on making the tour happen for us and anyone who was looking forward to seeing us live. Lastly, we hope a positive resolution can be reached between all other parties involved. Now, the graphic designer who made these claims initially says that Adam later reached out to him and they were able to work out some sort of compensation for that matter. But following all of this, and with one of the bands on the lineup dropping off the tour, Oceano has now made their social media accounts private or wiped their accounts. And so the question of whether or not this tour is actually going to happen going forward seems unlikely right now, with the band pulling down all of their social media accounts. So very unfortunate. I really like the band, and it's hard to tell whether or not after that past controversy they had just gone through, what happened with this graphic situation. The graphics do look very, very similar, and they were able to work that out. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like this farewell tour is at least being promoted online anymore. And we'll have to see if it actually happens. That's your latest update here from Rockfeed. Be sure to subscribe and notifications on for the latest news and updates.